Hey everybody, welcome back to the Purple Age Society YouTube channel, my mini university, indie university, to help us transition to more fourth dimensional thinking. I've got all kinds of videos and playlists. A lot of my playlists are in music to help you raise your vibration if you need to jam out. I've got audiobook playlists, lecture playlists, all kinds of education for all things spiritual development, personal development, activism, and just understanding our universe around us, including social justice things. I got a playlist on activism, all kind of stuff. Make sure to subscribe, share a video with a friend. This particular video is a part of my series called Demystifying the Tarot, where we go through the whole deck, and we're now beginning our major arcana, which are the 22 cards of the tarot that sort of transition from zero all the way to 21. And this particular card is the Fool card. And the Fool card is really interesting. The Fool card, whenever I see the card, I automatically think Pinocchio, because there's so much about the movie Pinocchio that that parallels with what the card is talking about. So let's just begin going through that card and going through this comparison. So the Fool, and if you think about the story of Peter Pan, or any kind of story, any kind of literary classic, you have a lot of times the protagonist or the main character is often called the fool or the hero, the fool's journey or the hero's journey. The fool doesn't necessarily mean that a person is ignorant. It just means that they're stepping out and beginning a new journey. There are things that they don't know yet. There are things they don't understand yet. They're just wide-eyed, bushy-tailed, and just trying to experience or learn something new. They're open to the new experience. As you watch with the story of Peter Pan, he goes through the experience. He left Geppetto's house. He gets caught up in all kinds of shenanigans, and then he ends up in his dark night of the soul, in the belly of the whale, and going into leaving Act 2, going into Act 3, he's in the belly of the whale, and he ends up in his dark night of the soul, where he has now gone unconscious. He's basically drowned, and it appears, that he is dead. And that's usually when the fool becomes the hero after their dark night of the soul journey, where they have reached their lowest low, but sometimes the lowest low pulls the best out of them. So let's go backward. Now, this Fool card, he's getting ready to step off this ledge. He has this white flower with him, which is sort of like a sign of purity and safety kind of thing. He has this, in the old movies, when someone is hitchhiking, they'll have the stick with the little bag on it. That bag sort of represents all of the things that he has available to him and his soul at that time, all the lessons that he's learned, even some of the baggage that he has, the knowledge and wisdom, the understanding, the memories that he can use and apply on his journey. He's got a feather in his hair. And when you think about feathers usually they all come from birds. That just is what it is. They come from birds. But the birds are the animals that have evolved, because everything seems to be, including plants, humans, everything has this obsession with wanting to take flight. The birds have evolved to be able to do that. And if the feather is falling from the sky, it's sort of a sign of some higher level, how can I put it? Not higher level relationship to something more divine, or desire for something more higher level. Okay. And so as he's getting ready to step over this ledge, he has his companion in the form of this little dog. And if you think about Pinocchio, he had Jiminy Cricket with him, and Jiminy Cricket was his conscience, but he was also his companion on the journey to help him to help him go along this journey, help support him on the journey, and help keep him on track. But the fool doesn't always listen to the companion. When you think about the movies and whatnot, the companion is usually like the side character, or what do they call it in movies? The supporting cast, the supporting characters. And so he's getting ready to step off this ledge because he's about to begin a new journey, whatever that journey is. Whether that journey be he's now being born, a new soul has been incarnated or reincarnated into this life experience, a new job, a new relationship, moving to a new place, taking on a new role, a new hobby, just something new that he's partaking of. And you see that he's getting ready to step off this ledge, and there's water. So there's a emotional resonance with that. There's the waters are calm, so there's some sense of emotional excitement or whimsy along with that. But the mountains are very plentiful around him too. A lot of times mountains represent the climbing up of something, the ascent of something. But even though he's going to go down into the water, there's still this sense that even going down into the water, he can still ascend if he wants to. If sometimes we step on a new journey, we go down into this new journey, we don't know what to expect, this whole thing. But even going down into a journey, there's always an ascent to it because we're going to learn something. We're going to develop in some way. And that's what the Fool card represents. It's a very, very simple card. On the sort of the shadowy aspect, or more of the unwanted aspect, or where some people read the cards the reverse. I don't read upward or reverse. I read the whole thing. I give you the whole scope of it because only you know where you fall in the spectrum of light and darkness. But from a shadow aspect, it's when a person is stepping out on a new journey, but they're not really taking any logic or wisdom. They're not really thinking through it. They're not even paying attention to their own intuition. They're just like stepping out into a freeway during rush hour traffic. The goal in stepping into a new journey is to assess all of the things that you have available to you in your sack that's attached to the stick. What lessons can you take with you? What knowledge can you take with you? What advice can you take with you? What resources and tools do you have to take with you? You want to step into the new journey, even though you want to have a little bit of optimism. And sometimes it is best to just take a chance. You still want to take that chance with knowledge and wisdom and understanding so that you can protect yourself and have a higher probability of success on that journey. And that's all it is. Very simple card, not very long. And that's our Fool card. Make sure if you are interested in learning more about my mystery school, I have a $7 mystery school called Inner Forward Mystery School. You can click the link in the description box below, where we do all kinds of decoding. We decode the tarot cards. We decode the mystery systems, the ancient spiritual systems, religion and holy text. We decode the fool's journey or the hero's journey through story and entertainment and television and movies. It's a lot of fun. We apply what we learn in our decoding work to pop culture, to geopolitics, to societal issues, to race, to sexism, so that we can get a full scope of understanding. Because the symbols we're not doing it just for fun, even though it is a lot of fun. We're doing it because we are trying to expand our own awareness and our own perception. We're trying to have a quantum leaps and paradigm shifts by looking at the symbols, which resonate with our subconscious, because our subconscious really controls everything. We think that, our conscious decisions are what's running the show, but a lot of times we only really make what we would call conscious decisions based on how we feel in the subconscious, and breaking down these symbols and these archetypes and mythologies, situationships helps us to do that. So if you're interested, click the link in my description box, check that out. And I'll see you next time for the number 1 card in the Major Arcana. Thanks. Bye.